Welcome to the hospital ball field. It is the round of 8. The last 4 off-island teams going at it tonight in a special doubleheader presentation of Baby Blue Memories. 2 division rivals going toe-to-toe in both games tonight. St. Lazare Red, St. Lazare Black. The late game tonight, Kahnawake Warhawks against the Mercier Rays. Here in the first of 2, Warhawks 8-7 winners over Chateauguay Blue last night, while St. Lazare Red a 14-13 win over the Presqu'Île Grey Pirates. So that's where we stand tonight. Let's take a look at Mercier defensively, led by their pitcher Johan Deschamps getting the call, facing Jaden Norton, Casey Delaboost 1-2-3, and then Rustin Dahaway Gabriel hitting 4th. Cage Mccumber behind him, Ethan Brascoop, Jackson Norton, Lily Barnes, Rustin Agete Lahash, and then Nashton Mayo, the 9-year-old, getting the call up to come in tonight and only play in the Elite 8. So here we go, Deschamps taking on Jaden Norton. We're underway here, this semifinal matchup of the off-island region. 8 teams remaining, 4 from the island, 4 off the island. Let's get it going. Veteran umpire crew tonight, Bobby Kennedy, Glenn Cross, and here's the first pitch. And Jaden Norton takes this one for a ride. And it gets by, and Norton is going to turn on the Jets. Jordan to second, Jaden Norton into third. And Jaden Norton's on his horse. Jaden Norton, he scores! First pitch, first swing, first hit, first run, 1-0 Warhawks. That is exactly the start that the doctor ordered for Kahnawake, taking on a team which finished 17-1 during the regular year. And there's ball 1 on Jaden Norton. So the Warhawks open the scoring just 1 pitch into this quarterfinal matchup. Stay tuned, because after the game, St. Lazare Black and St. Lazare Red will go toe-to-toe. We'll have that game for you, the second half of a doubleheader. All the action right here on Baby Blue Memories, and there's some early action. 1 pitch, 1 run for the Warhawks, and it's an early 1-0 start here in this quarterfinal matchup. And yes, the Rays have been that dominant thus far. There's a pitch off the plate, 1-1. Mercier 13-1 winners over Valleyfield on Sunday, where they've been sitting idle here waiting on a winner. Had to go late last night, but the Warhawks won it 8-7 on a walk-off single by Russ Gabriel to take down the Chateauguay Blue Sox. 1 loss, as we mentioned, all year for Mercier coming into this matchup tonight. And Norton gets a piece of this one. That'll fall in shallow center. Norton makes her turn, and she's just going to stay on first. And it's a leadoff single, so 2 batters have come in, and 2 base hits for the Hawks. And here's Casey Delaboost coming in. Norton, by the way, tonight's projected starter for Kahnawake.
Let's go, the Rays!
Upstairs, ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Delaboost 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored last night, which was an 8-7 win for the Hawks against the Chateauguay Blue Sox. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and we've got an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And last night's hero on deck, Russ Gabriel, who had the walk-off single to end the game and send his team into this round. Warhawks trailed 7-2 and scored the last 6 runs of the game to win that one. Hit well right through the hole between second and short. Norton will stay on second, and 2 runners are on for the Warhawks. And here's Rustin Dahaway Gabriel, who finished 1 for 2 last night. Check that, 2 for 3 last night with a strikeout, and also had that game-winning walk-off to send the Warhawks into this round. Deschamps' pitch. Gabriel swinging for the fences, missing, and it's 0-1. One for 2 officially on the night with 2 runs scored and a walk. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cage Mccumber on deck. 1-0 Warhawks in the top of the first with runners on first and second. And if you're going to beat a team as good as this squad is, you have to jump on them early. That's upstairs, 2-1 on Gabriel. No Cage Stacy for the Warhawks tonight. So Nashton Mayo instead in his place. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Gabriel. And hits this one off the edge of the bat. That's going to be caught. And a big first out for the Rays here in the top of the first. Now stepping into bat is Cage Mccumber. He was 2 for 3 last night.
Let's go to Rays!
Here's the pitch from Deschamps. That's in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. And Ethan Brascoop on deck for the Warhawks. He's had a very good postseason run thus far. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Warhawks, 1 out, 2 runners aboard. Swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good and right!
And he hits contact with this. It's going to drop in right center. And Norton being waved. She comes home. She scores. There's a throw to third. And Cage cutting for second. Runners on second and third. And it's an RBI double for Cage Mccumber. The Warhawks take a 2-0 lead. And what would be run number 5 of this inning is coming aboard to bat. 1 out, 2-0 Warhawks, and here is Ethan Brascoop, who last night finished 2 for 3, taking a stab at the first pitch and coming up empty here, 0-1. 2 runners in scoring position and a 2-0 start for the Warhawks here in what is an off-island semi-final matchup. Championship game of this section on Friday here at the Hospital Ball Field. Outside and up high, even count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. You're watching Baby Blue Memories, a proud sponsor for us tonight. Both games, Mohawk Super Bingo, we say Nyawagoa, home of the 9 Grand Slam. The 1-1 in the dirt. No runners can advance. As Delbus is trapped on third, cannot steal home at Pee Wee B. Jackson Norton on deck for the Hawks. He closed out the game on Sunday. Both these teams unbeaten here at the regionals. The Warhawks 3-0, Rays 2-0. In fact, the final 4 on this. So the 1-1 coming up here to Barnes. Swings through and it's a 1-2 count. Runner on second. It's 4-0 Warhawks here in the top of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Barnes. Whoa! That came right for us here. I must have said something that made her mad. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Barnes. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up right now. Hit well, foul, and they're going to just redo it. Good looking swing by Barnes, and it stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's strike 3, so that'll do it for the top of the first. The Warhawks score 4 and have jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Mercier coming up to bat. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. There's strike 1 on the leadoff hitter, Adam Godin. Mercier Rays sending him, Deschamps, and Zachary Theriot to face Jaden Norton, who is getting her 3rd start here at the regionals. Did not start last night. Hit on the ground, right to short. Tough play. The flip to first is in time, and there is out number 1. Cage Mccumber had a little trouble with it, but he makes the play. 1 out. Cage Mccumber hangs on to that one. Out number 1. Warhawks defensively with Jackson over at first. Russ Sundahaway Gabriel at short. Rusanagete Lahash at third. Barnes in left. Delaboost in center. Brascoop in right. Jaden Norton behind the plate. Jaden Norton on the mound. Hit well to right. And that's going to get over the head of Brascoop. Rusanagete Gabriel's throw forces Lahash off the bag. He makes the catch, but it's a triple for Johan Deschamps for Mercier. And the Rays have a runner on third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. It was just an unbelievable season for the Rays, rampaging through their Surwa division at 17-1. Warhawks and Lac St. Louis 10 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties. That's a little high. 1-0. One down, runner on third here in the bottom of the first. Fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zachary Theriot. 4-0 Warhawks here in the bottom of the first inning. Coming up after this doubleheader, game number 2, St. Lazare Red against St. Lazare Black. Winner of that game and the winner of this game play in the Off-Island Championship on Friday. 2-1. And the 2-1 coming in here from Jaden Norton. In the dirt, 3 balls and a strike. 2 incredible games last night. Warhawks 8-7 winners, and then the late game, a 14-13 win for St. Lazare Red. The Pirates were down to their last strike with nobody on at 14-10, but made a comeback and nearly tied it up. The bases were loaded with a 1-run differential on the board. There's ball 4, and the Rays have runners on the corners. And here's William Theriot, number 20 in blue. Mercier wearing blue and yellow jerseys. More like a baby blue across the crest, and then dark blue across the shoulders. Jaden Norton's going to throw the throw to second. Oh, and it gets through the outfield. Jaden with a good throw from behind the plate. So runners on second and third. The double plays out of the equation now. Runners on second and third for Mercier.
Go in! Come on, Milo, Will!
Swung on and hit into left. Barnes can't get there. She'll make the play. Gabriel picks it up. He's going home. The throw. And it forces Norton off home. And it's an RBI double, a 2-run double. And William Ontario gets an RBI double, scoring 2 runs. It's cut in half now, the lead. 4-2 Warhawks. Mercier coach screaming instructions to Theriot. Probably don't test this catcher's arm because he's got a good one. Lead cut in half, 4-2 Samuel Massey at the dish. 1 out. 4-2 Warhawks. Hit on the ground to third. Tough play. Forces the first baseman off the bag. And 1 run's going to score for Mercier. And it's now 4-3. Runner goes to second on the throw. It's 4-3. And what would be run number 5 is coming into bat now. It's Anthony Simeri, 55 in blue. Ball 1, 1-0. 4-3, runner on second. Mercier trying to tie the game up. What would be run 5 is at the dish. Hit well, and it'll get through to right field. It's a base hit. Simeri on his horse heading to second. Raskin throws it back in. Jackson Norton makes the play. They're sending him to third. Now we got him trapped, and he gets into the outfield. And here he comes, coming down, and the crowd will let you know that Mercier has scored 5. And that is going to do it for the bottom of the first. The Rays max out, and what a shootout we look like we have here at the Hospital Ball Field. 5-4 after the first inning. Welcome back to the Hospital Ball Field. We're getting set for the top of the second. 5-4 in this U13 quarterfinal matchup. The Mercier Rays and the Kahnawake Warhawks. Rosanagete, Lahash, Nashton, Mayo, Jaden Norton coming up to bat here in the top of the second. And here comes Lahash. And inning of number 2 of work for Johan Deschamps, who's going to come back. Warhawks had success back in the top of the first, but Deschamps rallied to strike out the final 2 batters and keep it a 4-run outburst instead of 5, and that's the difference right now in the game, as it is 5-4 as we head into the top of the second. Here's Rosanagete Lahash stepping in. Takes ball 1 away and outside. A little high as well. Upstairs, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Lahash and then Nashton Mayo, the 9-year-old, getting called up tonight. And there's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Coming up after this, St. Lazare Red against St. Lazare Black. Swung on and missed, and it's an even 2-2 count on Lahash. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Rosanagete Lahash on the deck, at the bat. Nash Mayo on deck. Foul back, and we're going to have pitch number 6 coming up here. Going to be interesting to see how long the pitchers go, because that was a very high pitch count for Deschamps in the first, as well as Norton. The max they could throw tonight is 75. and not pitch at all. As a foul tipped and it stays alive here, does Lahash 2-2 the count. So you could throw 75 tonight, but not pitch at all on Friday, or 55 to 60 and be able to pitch just the 55 on Friday. Decisions. Here's pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Inside, and we've got a full count, 3-2 on Lahash. And here is pitch number 8 of this at-bat. The 3-2 to Lahash. Ball 4. And Osanagete Lahash draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the second. And here comes Nashton Mayo playing in his first game at the Pee Wee level since final game of the regular season. First game of the regionals for the 9-year-old. High and inside, ball 1 on Mayo.
Let's go, you one.
Some speed on the base paths with Lahash.
Let's go, the race.
Jaden Norton on deck. Swung on and missed. We've got an even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here are the instructions from the umpire, from the Mercier coach, 2nd to 1st on the double play here, guys. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Little cat and mouse game going on between Lahash and William Theriot, the backstop for Mercier. 2 balls and a strike. Runner on first, nobody on, or nobody out for the Hawks. Hit well, but foul. A little bit of a late swing. If he put it, he would have put it in play if he swung a millisecond later. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2.
Go, Johan.
Hit well by Mayo off the edge of the bat and into the outfield. And Nashton Mayo with his first at bat in the Pee Wee Regionals and a first base hit for the 9-year-old, and now runners are on 1st and 2nd. Youngest player in this tournament, and he comes through with a clutch hit for the Warhawks. And Jaden Norton steps up the bat here. Swings through strike 1, nothing in 1 the count. Norton 1 for 1, hit a solo home run back in the 1st on the very first pitch he's seen, so there you see some aggression. Jordan fouls this one off. Stays in play, but nobody in blue close to the ball. It's 0-2, as that was hit into foul territory. Jaden Norton on deck. She's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Deschamps 0-2. That's hit well. Gets through to the outfield on the right side of the diamond. 1 run is coming across. They scored. Throw to Mayo. And Mayo's over at 3rd, safe. An RBI double for Jaden Norton, and the Warhawks have tied the game. And here comes Jaden Norton with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out for the Warhawks. 5-5 the score. Coming up tonight, Game 2, the second semifinal here, as the St. Lazare Red Mustangs will take on the St. Lazare Black Mustangs, who finished 16-1 in their side as well. Two powerhouses here, the home teams for tonight. St. Lazare Black, a very formidable foe, and there's strike one on Jaden, nothing and one the count. Here's the 0-1. Inside and low, ball one, 1-1 the count. Casey Delabousse on deck. Hit well to short. Nobody's got to move for the Warhawks. There's a throw. They get the out at first. And the Warhawks have taken the lead at 6-5. It goes into the books as a sacrifice RBI for Jaden Norton. 6-5, Kahnawake leading. And here comes Casey Delabousse with the runner on third. 2 runs in for the Warhawks in this top of the second inning. And the Warhawks have retaken the lead. There's strike one down Broadway, 0-1 the count on Norton. On Delabousse, sorry. Norton with the RBI sack to give her team the lead back at 6-5. Warhawks here in the top of the second. 2 runs have scored for the host team. Mercier, the home team for tonight. And that's hit well to third, knocked down. It's going to be a tough play. And that is an RBI single for Casey Delabousse, and the Warhawks take a 7-5 lead on an RBI single, and she is 2 for 2 on the night. And here comes Rasundahawe Gabriel. 0 for 1 popped out back in the first. And he swings through strike one. 3 runs are in for the Warhawks here in the top of the second. What would be run 5 is at the dish right now. And that's smoked! Is that gonna get out of here? It's gone! Home run, Rasundahawe Gabriel! The ball has left the yard, and the Warhawks have put up a 5 spot on the top of the second. His 5th home run of the playoffs, and the Warhawks have a 9-5 lead at the end of an inning and a half. We're coming back with the bottom of the second inning. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We welcome you back to the Hospital Ball Field. Bottom of the second inning. Our score is 9-5. Kahnawake Warhawks leading the Mercier Rays. Mercier's time to bat. The last time they came up, they maxed out. And they're going to need that to maintain their lead. 14 runs scored so far combined between the two teams. Last night, in a full 5 innings, the Warhawks and Blue Sox combined for just 15 total runs. It was an 8-7 win for the Warhawks. Already 14 in as we start this bottom of the second off with Zachary Plumer, Louis Mercier and Jeremy Boutte, the 3 up for the Rays. As here we go, Jaden Norton. There's ball one ball, no strikes. Warhawks the same on the infield. Defensively, let's go, Zach. Nashton Mayo has moved to left. Brass Coop's in right. And Delabousse, I believe, is in center. Jaden Norton behind the plate. Hit on the ground. Mccumber plays it. Here's the flip to first in time, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. Well, that's how the Rays started the last inning too, and then they recorded not another out afterwards. So the Warhawks got to hope that that trend doesn't continue, as Louis Mercier steps into bat for the Rays. 12 Mercier players here today. 9 and a call-up for the Warhawks, and Nash Mayo is 1 for 1, the call-up for Kahnawake, the first-year Mosquito-level player. That's upstairs, ball 1.
Let's go, Nick.
But those are the kind of pitches that could drive you nuts, though, if you're a batter, because it looks like it's high, but then it drops down super low and super quickly. That's high, too, and it's ball 2. That's in there, 2-1. The count.
Go, Nick.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Jaden Norton. That drops, it hits the plate. 3 balls and a strike. 9-5 Warhawks leading the Mercier Rays here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. One out, nobody on for the Rays. 3-1 the count. That hits the outside corner at the knees, and now we've got a full count on Mercier. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go.
You hear the Mercier coach saying you don't have much of a choice here. Get a good swing on it. If it's there, you got to protect that plate. Here's the 3-2 coming up. That's ball 4, and Mercier is awarded a free pass. And here comes Jeremy Boutte for the Rays. 1 out, 1 down, and a runner on first base for the Rays. 9-5 Warhawks leading. Swung on and missed, nothing in 1. What a last couple of days it's been for Dustin Dahaway Gabriel. Last night, the triple play turned by the Warhawks to end the top of the 3rd for the Blue Sox.
Let's go, Jay.
The walk-off and then that home run, which literally the fence could not hold here at the Hospital Ball Field. Ball 1, we got a 1-1 count. Jaden Norton in a little battle with Louis Mercier over at first. Mercier drew a walk, and he's been looking to test Jordan ever since he got on base. The 1-1. Hit well, and that'll get over the head of Cage Mccumber. Ball dropped. Runners are on first and second. And the Rays have 2 runners aboard with 1 out. And here comes Alex Peltier. Ball 1. Jaden Norton's got a good arm behind home plate. And the Rays aren't going to test him yet. You seen he threw a guy out just for leading last night, which ended the Blue Sox open inning last night in the win. Foul back, and we've got a 1-1 count.
Good job, Alex.
Good job, Alex. Come on, Alex. Vas-y.
Rays won their last game of the round robin 13-1 over Valleyfield, which clinched them a spot and knocked the Reds out in the process. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. As the 2-1 coming in from Jada.
Let's go, Alex, à toi.
Ball 3, and it's now 3 balls and a strike.
Bien jugé, Alex.
Melia Rose Lanceau on deck for the Rays, I believe. Yes, number 27 in blue. That drops in the strike zone, and we've got a full count, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. That's ball 4. And the bases are now loaded for the Rays. And Melia Rose Lanceau in a very clutch position here for the Rays. There's 1 out. Bases are loaded. No runs are in for Mercier. Trying to come back. Lanceau represents what the game-tying run would be. Girl on girl, girl power here in this matchup. Ball 1. Want to know the count here on Lanceau. Mercier on third. Boutte on second, Mercier on first. That's outside, and it's 2-0. That's 3 balls.
Good job, Melia Rose. Melia Rose Langston.
3 balls, no strikes.
Merde, moi, c'est ça que j'ai entendu. Ça, c'était ça.
That's in there, and it's a 3-1 count on Lanceau with one down. Bases are loaded for the Rays. 9-5 Warhawks here in the bottom of the second. That's ball 4.
Good job, Melia Rose. On lâche pas les Rays.
And it's 9-6. And it comes Matisse Murphy with the bases loaded, and the Warhawks call for time. Coming up tomorrow night, U13 Warhawks playing their quarterfinal against the St. Laurent Crush. That'll be a 7 o'clock start in Ville St. Laurent. The Warhawks 3-0 in their round robin, outscoring their opponents by 23 runs. They got the number 1 overall seed, and they will play the Crush tomorrow night. U18s are in action as well as we speak in Valleyfield, taking on Lachine. And we got a pitching change. Jaden Norton moves to first. Jackson Norton moves to third. Rosenegete Lahash moves in to try and get his team out of a jam. 9-6, bottom of the second. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We welcome you back here to the Hospital Ball Field. Bottom of the second, bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run in for the Rays. It's 9-6. Rosenegete Lahash is in to pitch against Matisse Murphy. And he holds off on the swing, ball 1.
Go, Matisse.
Go, Matisse.
That's 2-0 now on the batter. Zachary Theriot warming up in the Rays bullpen down the left field line. Looks like he will be the next pitcher for Mercier. That's strike 1, and it's a 2-1 count on Murphy. Adam Godet is on deck for the Rays.
Go, Matisse, c'est belle, frappe-la. Go, Matisse.
That's strike two, and it's a 2-2 count. Lahash trying to get a huge second out for his team. The 2-2 coming up right here. Here it is. On the ground, back to Lahash. And the force is out at home, but the bases remain loaded. 2 outs. And here comes Adam Godin, 0 for 1, grounded out back in the first. Bases are loaded, 1 run in for Mercier, 2 outs. Hit off the edge of the bat, right to Gabriel. And that is going to do it. So we're done 2 innings. The Rays score 1, but leave the bases loaded. 9-6 Warhawks heading into the top of the third. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. Welcome back to the top of the third inning at the Hospital Ball Field. 9-6 Warhawks in this U13 quarterfinal, or the sectional semifinal. New pitcher for the Rays, Kahnawake Warhawks, and he'll face Cage Mccumber, Ethan Brascoop, and Jaden Norton as Deschamps pitches 2. And there's a high swing by Cage, nothing in 1 to count. Mccumber had a double and scored a run. A 2-run double back in the first. 1 for 1 on the night. That's ball 1, 1-1 the count. 9-6 Warhawks in the top of the third. Mccumber on the ground to second. Tough play. Good play. The throw across the diamond. Gets away. And Mccumber's still going. And it is a double for Cage Mccumber. And the Warhawks have a lead runner aboard. Here's Ethan Brascoop, 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. He was left on third, though, in the top of the first, could not score a run. Ball 1 in the dirt. Mccumber's not going to go for it. Jaden Norton on deck for the Hawks. And here's the pitch. Hit well to second. Ball dropped. They get the out at first. And there's 1 down. Here's Jaden Norton, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed by Norton, nothing in 1 the count. Lily Barnes on deck. Norton checks swings and holds off. 1 ball and 1 strike. I just got bit by a bee on camera. How about that? There's another first. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Oh my God. Here's the 1-2.
Let's go, Nick.
And now it's an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Nick.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 outs. No runs in for the Warhawks here in the top of the third. But a runner is on third. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Nick. Step rush.
But ball 4, so Norton draws the walk and runners are on the corners. And here's Lily Barnes, 0 for 1 on the evening. Jackson on first, Cage on third. Barnes on the ground, foul, 0-1. Cage Mccumber's on third. Don't forget, he doesn't have to go anywhere because there's no force at home. Here's the 0-1. Barnes hits it on the ground, knocked down by the pitcher, and they get the runner out. And Mccumber didn't have to move. They sent him anyway, and there's 2 outs.
Go to Ek, his way.
And here's Rosanagete Lahash. He walked and scored a run back in the second. No official at-bats. 2 outs. 2 runners on. And Lahash hits this one to second. Tough play to throw to first in time. And that is going to do it for the top of the third. 9-6 Warhawks leading. Mercier coming up to bat. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We welcome you back to the Hospital Ball Field. First of a doubleheader for you on BBM. Of course, there's this matchup between the Warhawks and Rays. And coming up later on tonight, Game 2, the St. Lazare Red Mustangs and the St. Lazare Black Mustangs. The winner of that game plays the winner of this one tonight, or on Friday, in what would be the semifinals of the region, but the championship game of the off-island portion of the regionals. 9-6 Warhawks as we get set for the bottom of the third. Here's Yohan Deschamps, who had a triple and scored a run back in the first. 1 for 1 on the night. That's hit to first. Good play. It's going to be a bang-bang play at first, and there is out number 1. Good job by Jaden Norton. 1 pitch, 1 out, and here comes Zachary Theriot for the Rays. He walked and scored back in the first. No at-bats officially, but he did walk and he did score back in the first. 9-6 Warhawks leading, 1 out in the bottom of the third. Outside and upstairs, ball 1. Rosanagete taking his time on the mound. Ball 2 inside. Three and 0. They're good-looking pitches, though, by Lahash. You just can't find the strike zone. 3 balls. Let's see if Theriot gets the green light on 3 and 0. That was right down Broadway, and he held at the stoplight, so it's 3 and 1. Here's the 3-1 pitch coming up from Rosanagete Lahash. Ball 4. And the Rays have a runner aboard here in the bottom of the third. And here is William Theriot, who has doubled, driven in 2 runs actually, and scored a run himself. Runner on first base, 1 out. Upstairs. And Joran stares down Theriot, and Theriot goes back to first.
That's like that all day.
And also with some friendly words, I'm sure, from behind home plate for the gentleman at first. Sarcasm, please, I hope, was noted there. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls. Three balls. Samuel Massey on deck for the Rays. So we'll see if he gets the green light on 3-0. That's in there, strike one, and it's a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike on William Theriot. Foul tipped off the mask of Norton, too. Looks like he's all right. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and we've got a full count. The 3-2. Hit off the edge of the bat. Not caught. There's going to be a play at second, maybe. Got him. That's a tough play for. That's a really tough play for Zachary Theriot to judge too, because the ball's hanging up in the air. That's not really his fault. What can you do in that situation? You don't know if the third baseman's going to catch it, and if she does, you got to run back to first and go for the double. 2 outs. Runner stays on first. And here's Samuel Massey, 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. 9-6 Warhawks here in the bottom of the third. Strike 1, 0-1.
Go, Sam, let's go, t'es capable.
Foul tipped off the mask of Joran, and it's 0-2. And that is the second time that has happened in this inning, and both times Joran has seemed to be okay after getting hit by the ball. Rosanagete Lahash 1 strike away from getting his team out of this inning unscathed. Can they do it? The 0-2 coming up from Lahash to Massey. Here it comes. Low for ball 1. Just a little higher and he would have gotten that call, but it's at the ankles rather than the knees right there, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the 1-2 pitch. Massey swings through strike 3, and that is going to do it for the bottom of the third. Neither team has scored in the third inning. It's 9-6 Warhawks after 3. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We're back at the hospital ball field. 3 innings of play in the books. Our score: Kahnawake Warhawks 9, Mercier Rays 6. Nash and Mayo, Jaden Norton, Jaden Norton stepping in to bat for the Hawks. Nash 1 for 1, Mercier coming in for his second inning of work. Went through the first inning without surrendering a run. And here is Nashton Mayo. We've mentioned 1 for 1 with the single and a run scored back in the second inning. This game brought to you by, of course, Mohawk Super Bingo, the sponsor right now and later on tonight. Mayo puts it in play, and that is out number 1. A pop out, and here comes Jaden Norton, who is 2 for 2 on the night. He has home run, he's hit a home run, and he has doubled. Norton against Mercier. Takes a ball 1, 1-0 on Jaden Norton. Jaden Norton on deck for the Hawks. Fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jaden Norton on deck, and then Casey Dalibus would follow her. Jordan fouls this one off. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Jaden Norton. 1 down. And that swung on and missed. Strike 3. And there are 2 down here in the top of the 4th. And here's Jaden Norton, 1 for 2, has singled, scored a run, and had a sacrifice RBI back in the second. Swings through strike 1, 0-1 on her.
Lâche pas le Hick, ça va bien.
There's the ball, 1-1. Ball 2.
Go le Hick. Prends ton temps le Hick.
2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed. And it's an even count here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We got a full count here on Norton. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Warhawks 9, Rays 6 here in the top of the 4th. Popped back, and a 7th pitch of this at-bat is coming up right now. There's a 3-2 pitch. On the ground, and an 8th pitch in this at-bat is coming up right now. Good battle here between Mercier and Jaden Norton. 9-6 Warhawks. 2 outs. Nobody on for Kahnawake here in the top half of the 4th. On the ground to short. Play made. Here's a throw across the diamond. Safe. Norton beats it out.
Go on, X. Go on, X.
She's 2 for 3 on the day. And here's Casey Dalibus, who is 2 for 2 on the day with a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Russ and Dahoe Gabriel on deck. On the ground, but foul, and it's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside.
Let's go, Lake. Let's go. T'es capable.
2 balls and a strike on Casey Delaboost. 2 for 2 on the night. Upstairs and high, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
Prends ton temps, Lake. Prends ton temps.
That's upstairs, and now 2 runners are aboard for the Warhawks. And here comes Kahnawake Gabriel, who in his last at-bat hit one out of the stadium. It was a home run which left the yard. And the Mercier head coach is going to go talk to Loic Mercier. Coming up after this game, game 2 of our doubleheader. It's the other semifinals in this section as the St. Lazare Red Mustangs take on St. Lazare Black. Red Mustangs surviving a 14-13 nail-biter last night against the Presqu'Île Grey Pirates. The Pirates were down to their last strike on 3 different occasions and nearly took it the distance.
Let's go, Lake. Let's go.
So here is Kahnawake Gabriel in a close spot, tough spot for his team. 9-6 Warhawks leading. Mercier. Ball 1. I'm interested to see if he's going to get anything here. And maybe they might just wink, wink, maybe try to walk him to get to the next batter. You got to pick your spots when you're a coach. Ball 2. Neither runner's going, though.
Go, Lake. T'es capable. Viens là.
Gabriel hits this one through to the outfield, and that is going to get to the wall. 1 run coming home. Right fielder picks it up. Norton scores. Delaboost scores. Kahnawake Gabriel on his horse, and he scores! It's a 3-run home run. And it's 12-6 Warhawks here in the top of the 4th. 3 runs in. And here comes Cage Mccumber, 2 for 2. And that is going to do it for Mercier. Mercier head coach making the change. Mercier is going to go to short. And Zachary Theriot, who he's seen warming up in the bullpen earlier, is going to come in and pitch here. 12-6. Number 8 pitching for the Rays. Top of the 4th we are. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. Well, it's 12-6 Warhawks here in the top of the 4th. 3 runners in for Kahnawake, and Cage Mccumber will step in to take on Zachary Theriot. The bases are cleared after Kahnawake second home run of the game made it 12-6. That's where we stand right now. Nobody's on. Warhawks 12, Rays 6. And Mccumber swings through strike 1. It's 0-1. That's strike 2, and it's 0-2 quickly. Theriot ahead in the count. Ball 1 at the ankles. It's 1-2. Remember, the Warhawks had a 1-2 count with 2 outs and nobody on. And since then, 3 straight players have gotten on. Mccumber puts this one in play, but foul. It's a foul ball. A base hit and then by Norton, Jaden Norton, and then a walk by Delaboost, and then the 3-run home run. And the 2-out rally got going there for the Warhawks. 3 runs in. Oh, and Cage thought he took a strike there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So we'll just say the next time that happens, don't let it go by you. And he swings through. Strike number 3. So the Warhawks score 3. We're heading into the bottom of the 4th. It's 12-6 Kahnawake. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We welcome you back to the hospital ball field as we get set for the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 12-6 Warhawks. Rosanagete Lahash coming in to pitch his 3rd inning of work. And here's Anthony Simari, 1 for 1 with a home run. Skied into shallow center. That is out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 down. And here's Zach Plummer, who grounded out back in the bottom of the 2nd. 0 for 1 on the night.
Go, Zach. Let's go.
Go, Zach!
And that's some chin music for Plummer. 1 ball. 12-6 Kahnawake here in the bottom of the 4th. For looking at our real-life game timer, or actual timer, it's 7:24. If the next inning starts at 7:30, it's considered the open inning. Floats upstairs, 2 balls.
Go, Zach. Let's go.
Here's a 2-0 pitch from Lahash. And now it's 3-0. Three and 0 the count.
Let's go, Big Zach.
3-0 the count on Plummer. That's ball 4. And here comes Loic Mercier. So Rosanagete Lahash will try to keep this team up. They lead 12-6 here. Mercier has walked and scored. Ball 1. Ball's in the dirt. Jaden Norton behind home. Jackson at first. Cage at second. Gabriel at short. Like Delaboost over at third. That's ball 2. Jordan's going to have a throw here, maybe the throw. And it's beaten out by Plummer. So Mercier, who's walked earlier, also scored a run.
Go, Nick. Let's go.
Runner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 12-6 Kahnawake leading. That's strike 1. And now the lights are turning on here because it's going to get a little dark. And the truck or the red van in center field has some bright LED lights. You know the ones that you really hate looking at when you're driving right into them? That's those lights right now. (12-6) Warhawks on top here with 1 out. There's 1 strike on Mercier. That's strike 2, and it's 0-2 on Mercier.
Let's go, Loïc. T'es capable, tu le sais. Let's go.
Here's the 0-2 from Kahnawake Warhawks. Got him looking for strike 3, and there's 2 down. And here comes Jeremy Boutet. He's 1 for 1 with a single.
Go, Jay. Let's go.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Runner on second here, 2 outs. First pitch was at 6. It's now 7:29. So it looks like the next inning will be the open one. But that's not my call. Don't listen to me. Ball 1. And they're going to not send the runner. 2 outs. Runner on second. No runs in for the Rays in this bottom of the 4th.
Let's go, Jay.
That's hit well, and that's going to get it to right. It's a base hit. And the throw will get to Gabriel at second, but a run has scored, and Boutet gets an RBI single. And now it's 12-7. He's now 2 for 2 on the night. And here comes Alex Mercier, who has walked. No official at-bats, as we mentioned. Walked. Back in the second. 12-7 game now. On the ground to first. And it's picked up by Norton. He'll step on first. And we're headed to the open innings here at the Hospital Ball Field. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. It's 12-7 Warhawks. Top 5, or the final inning coming up. Welcome to the top of the 5th open inning here at the Hospital Ball Field. Ethan Brascu coming into bat. The Warhawks lead this one 12-7. Winner of this game moves on to the off-island final of this region, the Lac St. Louis Regionals. 4 other teams are playing in the on-island semifinals. Down to 8 teams entering tonight, and we'll leave tonight with only 4. Brascu sends a shot at the center, and Ethan Brascu starts this inning off with a base hit. And Brascu will get back to first. It's a leadoff single for Ethan. And the beat continues for Ethan Brascu, now hitting a healthy 700 here in the regionals. And here is Jackson Norton, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out back in the first. Runner on first. That's Zachary Theriot pitching for the Rays.
Go, Zach. Let's go.
In there. 1-0. Or 0-1, sorry. Don't forget, it's 12-7, so there's no stealing right now for the Warhawks. 5-run gap. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Go, Zach. T'es capable. Let's go.
We've seen on Monday night when the Warhawks U18 team had a big lead, they stole and runner was called out because of the lead. And Jackson swings at something he'd rather not have. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lily Barnes on deck. She's reached on a fielder's choice. 0 for 2 officially. That's in there. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Zach. Let's go.
That's skied into shallow left. Brascoop is going to have to get back. Here's a throw to first. He's safe. What a catch out and left. And here's Lily Barnes. Boy, that one hung up in the air seemingly forever. Almost like a NFL kicker punting the football. Just kind of adds some good hang time. Barnes hits one on the ground. There's a flip to second out. At second, Barnes will reach on a fielder's choice. Then there's 2 down. And here's Russenagete Lahash, 0 for 1, walked back in the second, hit into a grounder in the third. So there's 2 outs. 12-7, Kahnawake leading. And Lahash swings through strike 1, 0-1 the count. Don't forget game 2 of our doubleheader coming up next. It's the red St. Lazare Mustangs and the black St. Lazare Mustangs going head to head. Upstairs, and we've got an even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go, Zach. Let's go.
Righty on lefty matchup. And Lahash hits this one. Foul, heads up. Oh.
Got to close up on that one.
There's some hang time for you. Scared a few spectators sitting behind home plate. And can Theriot get out of this inning without giving up a run? The 1-2. Lahash sends a shot to left field. And it's knocked down and it gets by the left fielder. Barnes on her horse. And they're going to send Barnes home. Lily Barnes being waved. Russenagete Lahash being waved. 1 run scores. The throw. And they score. Russenagete Lahash. It's a 2-run shot. And it's a touchdown lead for the Warhawks here, 14-7. And another 2-out rally. And that is the 4th home run for the Warhawks tonight. They lead at 14-7. Back to Nash and Mayo, 1 for 2, and he swings through strike 1 here, 0-1. Looking at the Rays in the next inning, Lasto, Murphy, Godin. Lasto, Murphy, Godin due up for the Rays. Mayo sends a shot, and he's on board, and he's going to get a chance. Nash and Mayo rounding first, heading for second. Mayo chugging around. Nash and Mayo is going to stay at second. Nash and Mayo, the 9-year-old call-up from Adam A., first-year Mosquito player, has a double. He's 2 for 3 on the night. What a call-up for the Hawks. Kahnawake's usual closer, or one of their usual setup guys, Cade Stacy, not here. And I'm interested to see what Ronnie Stacy does in the next inning. And here's Jaden Norton, 2 for 3. Jordan has struck out, doubled, and scored. He's also hit a home run. And Jordan hits this one on the ground. Mayo does not need to run. He's safe. Jordan beats it out. A bang-bang play at first. And he's now 3 for 4 on the night. Jaden Norton comes in 2 for 3. Has an RBI and 2 runs scored. Her RBI came on a sacrifice grounder. Say,
Go, Zach. Focus that play.
2 runs in for the Warhawks here in this open inning. Hit on the ground, takes a funny hop. Good play by Theriot, and that is out number 3. The Warhawks score 2 and leave 2 on. It's 14-7 Kahnawake. One last chance for Mercier coming up in the bottom half of the open inning. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. Welcome back here to the bottom half of the open inning. Rosenagete Lahash in there. He's pitched 2 and 2/3 of an inning, trying to take this one home for the Warhawks. And there's strike 1 on Lanceau, who's walked earlier tonight.
Go, Amelia Rose, t'es capable. Let's go.
Amelia Rose, no official at bat. She's walked. It's 14-7 Warhawks here in the bottom of the open inning. That's behind her, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at the Warhawks, Jackson at first, Cage at second, Gabriel at short, Delaboost at third, Mayo in left, Brascoop in center, Barnes in right, Jaden Norton behind the plate. And Rosenagete Lahash on the mound. It's 1-1 to Lanceau, who's batting. Strike 2, and it's 1-2.
Go, Amelia Rose. Let's go.
Hit on the ground, right back to Lahash. And that is out number 1. 1-2, or sorry, 1-3 on the putout, and that is 1 away. Here's Matisse Murphy, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the second, 0 for 1 officially on the night.
Go, Matisse. Let's go.
Here's the pitch. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. And I think we got another light out in center field. Turn off your LEDs, please. There we go. It's almost like on cue. Maybe they're watching us live right now on our non-existent live stream. 0-1, 1 out. Rosenagete Lahash sets. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Murphy. 1 out here in the bottom of the open inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Warhawks 14, Mercier Rays 7. That's strike 2 at the knees, they say, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go, Matisse. T'es capable. Let's go. Let's go, Matisse.
Here comes a 1-2 from Lahash. Fouled, and it's still 1-2. Good job by Murphy protecting that plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Coming up next, Battle of St. Lazare, red team against the gray team, or the black team. Winners moving on to face the winner of this game in what would be the off-island championship of the Lac St. Louis region. The 1-2. Hit well, and that's going to get to the outfield. Murphy is aboard. And Matisse Murphy is on. And here comes Adam Godin.
Let's go, Adam. Let's go.
Godin 0 for 2 has hit it to a ground out and lined out to shorten his last time up. 0 for 2. Will the third time be a charm? We got a timeout. And once again in center field, the Brights are up. Ethan Brasco's been really busy in center field, but just telling in this inning, but it's just been to tell cars to shut their Brights off. One out.
Let's go.
And one runner on. That gets away. And they're not going to send him. Our score is Kahnawake 14, Mercier 7, 1 out, 1 runner on, 1-0 the count. Put it to play. Gabriel makes the catch. Here's the throw to first. Oh, and it's over the head of Jaden Norton. And we still got a ball game, folks. There's 2 down. And here's Johan Deschamps, 1 for 2 with a triple, a run scored, and he's also grounded out. 14-7 Warhawks leading. Rays down to their final out. Outside, good catch by Jaden Norton, ball 1. Good catch at short by Untitled Gabriel. Murphy on first. Deschamps at the dish. 2 outs. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Check swing, and he holds back this Deschamps, so it's 3 balls and a strike.
Go, Johan, let's go.
Fouled back, and we're now at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 on Deschamps. 14-7 Warhawks, 2 outs. Warhawks down to 1 strike. 1 strike away from advancing to the Off-Island Championship game here on Friday night. Lahash setting. The 3-2 coming up to Deschamps. Hit well to second. Knocked down by Gabriel. He's out. He's out. And the Kahnawake Warhawks have punched a ticket to the Lac St. Louis semifinals, aka the championship game of the Off-Island. They win it 14-7 over the Mercier Rays. And this Mercier team was a juggernaut all year. Tough for them to have the regional drive cut short here, but the Warhawks are moving on, and they will be playing here on Friday night. They'll be playing against St. Lazare. Which team, we're not sure. We'll find out in the second half of our doubleheader. Rosenagete Lahash pitches 3 2/3 innings with 1 earned run. And Yohan Deschamps will get the game MVP for the Rays. Rasunda Hawaii Gabriel. Why not? He literally hit a shot which left the yard. And the Warhawks have punched a ticket into the semifinals or the off-island regional or finals. They're 2 wins away from going to provincials. Your final score, Kahnawake Warhawks 14, Mercier Rays 7. I'm Brandon Bordeaux for Baby Blue Memories. On to Giwahi.